Today is a very special day because it is the opening day for the NFL preseason, and it's back, baby. And I'm super excited. I thought I'd share with you why this is not the regular season, but the preseason is probably my favorite part of the year. I'm up here in my office actually having a day. I'm reorganizing, switching my desk around. The reason for absolutely loving this time of season is because my favorite sport ever is back. Just a quick glance around my office. And it's back, baby, in pursuit of this guy, the Super Bowl. The second thing I love about football starting and the kickoff and preseason is all of the stuff you learn about your fantasy team. Football champ right here. This was the trophy that I won last year. If you look real close, it says loser, but I'm a millennial. Trophies are my love language. So that guy resides on my desk. Got to defend my turf this year. Preseason's my time to evaluate who's going to make my final cuts. Little nerd fact about me. I got these helmets as a present, and each year I organize them in the different orders. They're each in their own division: North, East, West. That's NFC. North, South, West. The question I get asked a lot is your daughter gonna love football or watch football? And I have two responses. My first response is that I've been conditioning her since she was born during football season. She's been watching football subconsciously for a long time. And the second thing that I'll answer is, Brielle, that the question I'm more afraid of or more nervous about or think more about is if she asks to play football. And I have not formulated a response for that. So a bit of time to figure that one out, because that is a question that I'm not looking forward to answering. What do you think about football? Do you like it? Brielle, look. Do you like the Broncos? Yeah. On my shirt, you silly. Get my shirt. Brielle. Hey. Hey, look at my shirt. Go Broncos. Go Broncos. Love the Broncos. That was a yes. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. We just took way too long trying to take a picture for the cover photo of this vlog. The third reason I also really love the NFL preseason is because I get to watch my friends play. My friends is a little bit more of a selfish one because it gives me validation that I did something cool in my life. Watch NFL preseason and say, oh, I'm watching it because my friends are playing, makes me sound a little bit snarky, but I genuinely love watching the preseason games to see if my buddies are going to make the team or not. Sometimes they only make the practice squad. Sometimes they actually make the team, but are backups and aren't going to play during the year. And so that's the best part of the NFL Network, is having access to all of the games. So I'll just track what teams they're on and make sure that I turn those games on and generally forward it to like the fourth quarter or the third quarter. Sometimes they start and sometimes they get in a little bit earlier in the game than that, but generally it's pretty late. We're playing a little game, seeing how many of these I can stack before she knocks them over. Fourth thing would definitely have to be watching people live out their passion. Friends, but a group of people that are passionately trying to make a team. People perform their craft that they've worked so long to perfect just to get on the field for like 2 minutes is incredible. Watching people do what they felt called to do, living out their passions, is something that I could watch forever, whether it's the highest quality or the lowest quality, just watching people do what they love to do. Number 5 might be a little bit surprising for all of you. My fifth and final favorite part of the preseason, the NFL preseason, is failure. I'm really weird like this. I very much enjoy any story that doesn't end like a Disney princess story. And initially, that sounds like, well, duh, Aaron, you really love football. You didn't grow up watching Disney. Of course, you don't like Disney princess movies. But hear me out, because my wife is a huge Disney princess fan, and I do watch Disney movies. But the story that is most appealing to me is the story of somebody working as hard as they possibly can, and in the end, and taking all of the right steps, but in the end, it doesn't work out for them. If you ever get a chance to watch the Hard Knocks TV show, which is airing on the 9th on Tuesday, I can't wait to watch it. It's on HBO. You'll see that the preseason football, Hard Knocks is, they follow one team around for the entire preseason, and they do a really in-depth look at all of the things that go into team minicamp and training camp, and then leading into the season. And one of the things they show is all of the people who get cut. For those of you who are familiar with the show, you know that this is a big part of the show, because they'll select fringe players that you can follow and you eventually fall in love with, and then by the end you're waiting to see if they actually make the team or not. And so I can't wait to watch Hard Knocks this year. I got Megan hooked. We really enjoy it. The other one that's really good is All or Nothing with, in 2015 it was the Arizona Cardinals. In 2016 it was the St. Louis Rams. We're actually on the last, not St. Louis, excuse me, LA Rams. We're on the last episode. We still have to watch it. I'm really excited to see that. And that one in particular happens to be along this line of failure and a season that didn't go how they expected, even though they put in all the work. Let me grab you my favorite movie. If you couldn't guess it, this is my favorite movie of all time. Friday Night Lights. Ending doesn't turn out how a Disney princess movie ending would turn out. They get really far and they end with a loss in the state championship game that is just devastating. As I've had experiences in my life of pursuing something for the end result and really kind of almost despising the process, or not really doing it for process's sake, but really just wanting the end result, I've found that you don't always get the end result, and then you're frustrated with the steps that you took to get what you ultimately didn't attain. And that's familiar to all of the people who are chasing this 53-man roster and trying to make the team and ultimately don't make it. They've invested all this energy and all this effort. And when you're faced with that crossroads, you realize that when you're just in pursuit of the end result and you don't get it, it was all wasted. And having enough of those experiences in my life, I decided, and I didn't really decide. As I was self-reflective, and I previously probably wouldn't have had words to describe it, but as I've been thinking about this, and particularly as I've been doing this vlog and got excited to do the vlog because it's football season, I realized how to put words to what I really like about failure. And what I changed in myself was realizing what my skills and my gifts were and creating steps and day-to-day routines around those things, so that what I have fallen in love with is the actual process itself, not the end result. I'm a Christian. I follow Jesus. My life goal is to follow Jesus and to teach people about Jesus. And so I have that overarching goal, and I know where I'm headed in that sense. But as far as a career and as far as my family's goals and a job and those sorts of things, like my job, I don't necessarily know what that looks like. Found that since I've been chasing the steps and really focused on the journey portion, not the end result, I've been a lot more joyful, a lot less stressed, a lot more encouraged. I've found that I've had a lot more stamina to continue to do the daily grind, because it's not about some end result that's far away that I haven't attained yet and might not attain, but the victory for me is in the steps. So if you're a football fan, enjoy the preseason, watch the people, watch this movie, watch the people who are cut, and you really learn a lot about a person when they have put in so much hard work and effort and realized that they're not going to get that end result. And for me, I can still choose joy because I'm going to go out and do the same thing I did yesterday, and the same thing I do tomorrow is what I did today, because I know what I was created to do, and I have fallen in love with the steps of the journey that I've been set on. And so every day I win, and every day I experience wins throughout the day, because it's not an end result, it's the step. That life is not a Disney princess story, but it's a lot more like Hard Knocks. It's a lot more like Friday Night Lights. It's a lot more like the NFL preseason. And because it's that way, what are you going to do when you're presented with failure? I am going to get up tomorrow and do the exact same thing I did today, even if I don't reach my perceived goals or my perceived ideas of what I want, because your time isn't wasted. Everything that you're doing, if you're taking the right steps, is for a purpose and will be used in the end. As you guys enjoy this first preseason game of the year, just think about all of the guys who are going to be cut and faced with the decision of reflecting, did I only desire the end result, or did I love all the steps that led to the end result? And ask yourself the same question. Let me know your thoughts, comments, feedback, and if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. See you guys later.